Walking Macau Streets. Dear Lord, show me a sign. Give me a map. Oh yeah.
Basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go straight into Macau Center, and then I'm going to turn around and come right back again. But you can see this construction right here, and what they're building is a light rail transit line. And they're kind of building quite a bit of other stuff too. I'm not sure. So now right there is a new Johan department store. And then to the right, there's a lake called Saivan. So there's Saivan to the right, Nam Van to the left. So this is a little isthmus between the two lakes. And this goes directly to Macau Tower. And it's called Avenida Dr. Stanley Ho. Okay, some of these streets are kind of big. This is Macau Tower, and we're going to be going down kind of a long street. I'll label it accordingly. But right now we're going to go around this Macau Tower, and this is just a better driving video, just because to walk it would be a little bit boring, because it would take about 20 minutes, because we're going to be going down a long street, but it'll be a lot more interesting as we drive down it. So I'm just going to be going around this big long circle where Macau Tower is at, and we're going to drive straight on down this way. So stay tuned. 2024. Let's check out Macau. Come on. And we're back, and I have to go over there. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. So what we're going to be doing is going down this street, which is called Avenida Doutor Stanley Ho, named after the guy that started all the casinos. So there's a Saivan Lake right over there, and then over to the other side would be Nam Van Lake. We're basically driving in a little what do you call that? It's like a isthmus. And what's interesting, that's a fire station right there. And what's interesting about this particular street, I find interesting, is that there's suddenly a lot of construction, including right here and right over there. So once those are fully constructed, I'll be able to walk it, and it'll probably be quite interesting. But because it's just a big stretch of construction, it's not so interesting at the moment. And basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go straight into Macau Center, and then I'm going to turn around and come right back again. But you can see this construction right here, and what they're building is a light rail transit line. And they're kind of building quite a bit of other stuff too. I'm not sure all the different plans they got going, so we're going to watch it over time. But I feel like I want to document it today in 2024, because it's going to change quite a bit. And I think our street changes names. It's still Dr. Stanley Ho, Avenida Dr. Stanley Ho right now. And then to the left, I'm between two other roads. So to the left is a different road altogether. And then to the right, there's three parallel roads here. I don't know if you can see them, but you can see those buildings to the left. And then to the right is a, maybe I'll drive into that a little bit and when we come back. So nonetheless, you're getting a little taste of a driving video down a major road that I want to focus on today. So this is Avenida Dr. Stanley Ho, and we're still on the street. I just saw the street sign again. But yeah, again, if I was going to film a street, I'd rather film one of these parallel ones to the side, because then they go by some interesting buildings and such. And now we're still on Dr. Stanley Ho. I just saw another sign, and then I think it must end at this Circle Drive. So I'm going to just go around in the circle, come right back, and go down Avenida Dr. Stanley Ho again, and that'll give you the full context of what that looks like. But basically that one is, it takes you to Macau Tower, takes you to the legislative, judicial buildings and such, and it also takes you ultimately to Taipa through a bridge. So now right there is a new Johan department store. And now we're kind of like right into the cool stuff everywhere. There's a park right there. It's called Jorge Alvarez, named after the first Portuguese explorer to come to China, I mean. And he came in 1513. And this new Johan department store building right in front of us, that's been here since the 1960s, I believe. And that was the biggest department store at the time. But of course now there's more like shopping malls and all kinds of other stuff. And Avenida Dr. Stanley Ho is named after the casino tycoon. So that's where that name comes from. And he just died during, not from COVID, but he died during the COVID years. There was I remember that just maybe, right now it's 2024, I think it was about 2 years ago, approximately. Okay, so we are going to officially be back on Avenida Dr. Stanley Ho, right about here, I believe is where it starts. Yep, I just saw the sign. So it starts. So now we're back on it again, and I'm just going to follow this road and label it accordingly. To the left, you can see that's actually a different road. You can see that parallel road right there. It's called the Panoramic View Avenue of Saivan Lake, which is the Namvan Lake, which is the one to the left there. And then to the right, there's a lake called Saivan. So there's Saivan to the right, Namvan to the left. So this is a little isthmus between the two lakes. And this goes directly to Macau Tower. And it's called Avenue Dr. Stanley Ho. And we're just going to go right back to that little roundabout. And then you'll have a good idea of what this road looks like, and particularly the changes that's happening. A lot of construction straight ahead. So yeah, they're building a light rail transit line, and I also think they're developing this area a little bit because you have two beautiful lakes that you could explore. There's Saivan over there and Namvan over there, and they've always had kind of like a bunch of city vehicles, just random stuff to the left and right, and now they're doing all this construction. So a train line's coming in, and I'm hoping like some kind of interesting things just to kind of connect Macau Tower to the urban core of Macau, and also to, you know, bring people more to the lakes, which are generally just people that just kind of jog around them. Really, there's not much else that people really do. Exercise as well, I guess. Okay, so nonetheless, that is Avenida Dr. Stanley Ho. We're going to be exiting the street right now, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of additional footage, and I'm going to turn it off in a short moment. So now we're entering into Dr. Sun Yat-sen and Legislative Assembly, and so we're basically on the other side, and there's another peninsula too. I think I'm going to just continue just a little bit further. So Dr. Stanley Ho Avenue was behind us, but in front of us is more construction around Namvan Lake, so you can see that right there. And I think they're going to do something around the whole lake. So some of these streets have already changed a little bit in the way that they were before. They weren't. So anyways, here's the view right here. So that's kind of gives you an idea. And then the bridges go over this area too, over to the Taipa side. And there's ocean over there on that side. So you got water here and ocean over there. Dr. Stanley Ho is up that way. So with that note, we're going to end it for Dr. Stanley Ho Avenue. Hope you enjoyed another little slice of Macau for you. 2024. Let's check out Macau. Come on.